at the base of the tree. Try to show the force of the tree's strength and its slow growth patterns. You can do this by drawing the lines and stumps within the tree trunk. Develop a range of branches that become thinner as they grow. Branches often look like they can hold their own weight. Continue to add branches to your tree. Allow some branches to be behind others. Branches often make unusual shapes. This tree will be an oak tree, so I need to draw the patterns the bark makes on the tree trunk. For these lines I use firm pressure with a 4B pencil, as I will add some tone in a moment. Now we can add some softer marks to indicate groups of leaves. You don't need to draw every leaf. Next, we need to add some tone, some shading, to one side of the tree trunk and to some parts of the branches. In this drawing, I add tone mainly to the left-hand side. Branches often make shadows on other branches. This is useful to put in. Continue to develop these loose marks and areas of tone to show the tree's strength and to give the illusion of detail. You could add a younger tree, a softly drawn horizon, and a few indications of a landscape. I hope you liked this video.
I'm making these shapes such a way that it will look like as if some part of those rocks are under the ground. Now, using the same 2B pencil, I'll start shading off these rocks. Rock surface is mostly uneven. There will be cracks and holes. So using light pressure, I'm shading all dark areas to represent the uneven surface with those cracks and holes. Consider that the light is coming from the left and some areas on the rock facing towards light. So, I'm not shading those areas, keeping the white paper untouched. Now that the light shading is done, I'll go back to the rightmost part of the rock and will shade with little more pressure to build the darker side. Let's start with the next rock. For any drawing, it is always better to start with a lighter shading. Then once we know how much dark we want to make it, another layer can be easily applied. Otherwise, picking up extra graphite to make a darker area lighter can spoil the drawing. Here, these areas where the rock is meeting the ground also will be darker, as very less light is reaching there. For each rock, I am trying to build their shape differently, just putting the shading in different areas, and that will look like more realistic. Here is a bigger one. I'm going to create a crack right here by applying some darker shading. Other than that, I'm pretty much using the same formula for each one of them. You can see that I'm changing the direction of shading as well to represent the shape of the rock. And you don't have to think much about it. Just keep the three-dimensional shape in mind and you will get it easily. Here is a small last one. Let's quickly give it a shape. Now that I'm done shading rocks, I'll draw some grass. This grass will define the ground for rocks prominently and will give a nice look instead of just rocks on bare land. First, I'm using a HB pencil to draw some grass with light strokes. I'm not going to explain much details of this part. I have a separate tutorial to explain how to draw grass. Please have a look at that. Now I'm using a 2B pencil to create some darker strokes which will provide some depth to the grass. At the end, I'm using a dirty stomp to add further depth. I'm going to finish the drawing here. I hope you enjoyed drawing with me. Let me know if